So hierarchy is an important concept. If you think about, for instance, a human arm, if I move my arm, my shoulder, my upper arm, my forearm, my wrist, my fingers all must rotate with it. That's called forward kinematics, by the way. By the same token, there's also something that we won't get into called inverse kinematics that we use in higher level modeling and animation. At some point, if I pull on my finger, eventually my wrist and hand will follow, followed by my elbow, followed by my shoulder, and eventually my whole body will follow. And so it's a matter of, are we working from the bottom of a hierarchy or the top of a hierarchy? So let's do something real basic. We're going to take a sphere, and I'm going to use a shortcut, I hope, holding the Control key and dragging down. I now have a second sphere. And yes, the Control key, not the Command key. And one more time. Okay, and so I have three objects and they're kind of working independently. Hey, let's make a snowman. For all you fans of Frozen here. And I'm just clicking, I'm in the, and grabbing this little orange. Now because this is a sphere, it moves the same in all directions. So there's our little snowman. I wish I remembered the guy's name. And here are the three spheres that make it up. 1, 2, 3. We can click on and name those. This is the bottom. This is the body. And this is the head. Problem is, if I go to move bottom, it falls apart. Command C. So, truthfully, wherever the bottom goes, the body must follow with it. And wherever the body goes, the head must follow with it. So, now if I were to move the bottom, everything goes with it. If I were to come in and do something like maybe rotate the body, you'll notice that goes with it. And yet I can still come and grab the head and make it do something crazy. Wow. And you'll notice that even though the hierarchy's there, children can do what they want, but they must follow their parents. This is called a parent-child relationship. And so as it flows down, parent, child, that becomes the parent of this child. And so children are pretty much independent, but they must follow the lead of their parents. When we get into it, which will be soon, we can always also use those hierarchies when we start adding materials. There we have just a redhead. You'll notice if the material flows downward through the hierarchy, and just a control drag, and let's make something different. Let's make a blue one. You'll notice that, for instance, a material flows all the way down the hierarchy until such time that we add a texture to one of the children, and then each one can have its own textures, or we can just flow through. So anyway, hierarchy, top to bottom, becomes very important. How we build things and how they work in relationship to other things.